I just bent this tubing with my bare hands. Alright, not really. I know I had you going there for a second, but as you may recall from my last video, I was having some trouble finding someone to bend this tubing for me, but I did find somebody, and the person that I had do it happened to work in a big shop where they restore classic cars, do a lot of really cool resto mods. They had a car there, it was like a 55 or 56 Chevy, I think, that had a $30,000 paint job, and they had bought a Corvette to sacrifice for parts to go in this car. Crazy stuff, but totally awesome. So when you consider the cost of my build versus something like that, what I'm doing is nothing. So again, this is 1.5 inch outside diameter, 1/4 inch wall DOM tubing. I had him put two bends in it, one 30 degree and one 15 degree. And I'm just gonna cut it and see which one of these angles works better. All right, guys, I've got them cut and I've been test fitting them, and the 15 degree angle is the definite winner. See, that's all I needed. Not a big deal. Alright, I got that squeezed in there. It's not interfering with anything, and it's even out of the way of the transmission thanks to this nice bend I got in there. There we go. I lowered the axle out of the way, now you can see it even better. So that's what it looks like. Now I just need to figure out my lengths for the sections that are going to go down into the skid plate here. Alright guys, here's what I came up with for the bottom half of the supports. I was able to use that 30 degree bent DOM, so I'm glad I was able to put that to use. This is the driver's side and this is the passenger side. So those are going to go in here like this, and then on the driver's side, of course, like this. And I'm going to put this foot in here to tie them together really nice and to put more strength right where they are at, because I know that 3/16 steel as a skid plate can get deformed, so I just want to add a little additional strength right there. Alright guys, well, with this plate in place, now I will put the whole thing back under the vehicle, set it all up, and then tack these in place with their joints, and then I'll pull it back over here, do all the final welding on these, and then stick it back under the vehicle just to make sure it all fits. Alright guys, as you saw, I put the skid plate back up underneath, I bolted it up, put everything in place, and I got everything tacked, so everything's frozen in place, so now I can permanently weld these ends on here and weld the lower supports onto the skid plate. Alright guys, there it is. It finally turned out pretty dang well. Super strong. Can't do any better than that. So I'll stuff this back up underneath the vehicle and make sure all this stuff still lines up and fits fine, which I know it absolutely will. And I'll finally be done with this skid plate. Alright, finally there. Here's the passenger side. And the driver's side. And it passes the punch test. Feels pretty solid, so we know it's strong. And with that skid plate finally out of the way, there's only one big project left to do, and that's getting the steering hooked up, the hydraulic part of the steering, and then some miscellaneous painting and welding, and then this thing is gonna be out of here. Big new adventures are coming, guys. I really can't wait to begin this new chapter in the life of my FJ Cruiser. Thanks for joining me as always. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, give me a like, and make sure you subscribe if you haven't already so you can join me every Monday and Thursday, and we'll see you next time.